There is no, I don't know where you're coming up with that.
Oh, I see. Okay. So what I hear you saying is, unless you can scientifically prove it to me, it's not true.
No. I'm saying that I admit that I can't possibly understand anything that would exist outside the supernatural universe. Therefore, it's pointless to even talk about God. That's my viewpoint. And I don't think, I mean, you're never going to...
Quite a statement.
You already said you can't prove that God exists to me.
Right. I cannot prove that.
It's based on evidence.
Evidence.
Now, you're looking at, people, all these people here, and you're saying they're all created, they must have been created, and I say that was just evolution. And that life itself and the existence of life is a natural process of the universe itself. It's a natural occurrence.
Good. Well, you got miracles happening, but you don't have a miracle worker. You believe that life comes from non-life? That is a miracle, but you don't have a miracle worker.
Why is it a miracle?
You believe that order and design come out of it, chaos. Because there's nothing in my experience or your experience of life that validates that life comes from non-life or that order and design come from chaos. You just don't have any evidence of that. You just blindly believe it.
That order and design, you mean...
You don't have at least you haven't given me any shred of evidence.
And then something occurs, which causes the beginning of life to come, and then you have the evolutionary process that happens. I don't need some supernatural being that can think that did it, It just, as far as I'm concerned, this is just how it is.
Show me how life comes from non-life. Give me a piece of evidence to support that theory of yours.
There is, I don't know the exact, I'm not a biologist, but you have a collection of, I can't remember what the, any biology major?
In labs, there's been experiments with duplicating the makeup of the primordial soup where proteins have actually formed. They haven't had anything close to RNA or a self-replicator. That's not to say that given enough time, it doesn't happen.
Well, that experiment disproven.
And there's also...
That was disproven long ago. That was Stanley Miller at the University of Chicago. And that was clearly disproven.
The carbon base. There's also theories that the self-replicator came from like clay crystals. There's a lot of ways it could have happened. We don't
know there are not.
Which is accurate, but it's not to say that it didn't occur that way.
You have no evidence today that life comes from non-life. The Stanley Miller experiment at the University of Chicago was shown to be totally false.
So you believe in God because life exists?
I believe in God because the evidence is life comes from life. Life does not come from non-life. The evidence is order and design come from an intelligent mind. Order and design do not come out of chaos. Parenting is one of the biggest challenges you and I will ever face in life. How do you raise children?